Hello, everybody. We are at the top of the hour. Welcome to the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers. We are at a virtual college fair this evening, powered by StriveScan. So a couple different things, though, before we get started, because you are about to learn some amazing facts about these amazing institutions for this evening. So we definitely want to make sure that everything runs smoothly and efficiently and you have a great time. We have about 45 minutes on the clock to get through all these institutions. So again, as we all know, time flies when you are having a good time. So let's make sure it's a good one. Couple things before we get started. How do you ask questions? Well, we encourage those questions and you're going to ask them in the Q&A down at the bottom at your Zoom toolbar. So go ahead and click on that Q&A button to type in your questions to the presenters at any time. I stress at any time because you don't want to wait until the last minute. Things go by really quickly, so we want to make sure we get to your questions. Also, please make sure you put the institution's name within the question so that we all know who the question goes to. Also, this is a webinar style type formatted virtual college fair, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You are muted, your video is turned off, so it is super important that you ask those questions through the Q&A. Also, fun fact, although you can't interact in the chat with our presenters, you should check the chat if you see a notification pop up, because our presenters might be putting their contact information or some links they want you to check out, so also check the chat. Last but not least, signing up for more sessions. Now, this is one of many college presentations offered. We no longer have any more sessions for this evening, but actually later on in the spring, we will have more sessions offered by the same company or the same Carolinas Association. And so please make sure to check those out at the same place that you registered for this fair. Last but not least, maybe your mom missed out on tonight, or maybe a friend of yours wants to check out these schools too, or maybe you just want to relive the fun with us. Well, guess what? You could do that because a recording will be available. All sessions are being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Carolinas. Now, with that said, you all, I would love to get started with our first institution. We have Claflin University.
Hi guys, hello, welcome. My name is Miss Lorraine. I'm one of the recruiters for Claflin University. So I'm just going to go ahead and quickly share my presentation for you guys, so we can go ahead and get started. Can you guys see my screen?
You're good to go.
Cool beans, thank you. All right, hi guys, my name is Miss Lorraine. Again, I'm a recruiter for Claflin University. I do want to thank you guys for joining me today. So Claflin is actually one of the top 10 HBCUs right now in the nation. So just think about, I know we're a small school, not everyone really thinks about Claflin University, but just remember, when you think about top HBCUs, Claflin is one of the top 10 HBCUs. So pretty much Claflin as a glance, we were founded in 1869. We have been in service for over 152 years and counting, and that is something we are very proud about. Also, we do have about 37 undergraduate majors that we do offer to students right now. We do offer a couple graduate majors, and some of our top majors right now do include our biology, psychology, business administration, criminal justice, and mass communication programs as well. Now, the best thing about our criminal justice and business administration programs is that if students decide to stay for an additional year after they go ahead and do their 4 undergrad years at Claflin, they can actually earn a master's degrees in these majors as well. So that's something a lot of students don't know about. So that's something I kind of want to point out. So as you guys can see, when it comes to student population, we have just about 2,000 students enrolled in the semester, which means we have small class sizes. As you can see, our student to faculty ratio is 13:1, meaning you do get more one-on-one time with your professors, making sure that you get the attention that you need. So you might be wondering, where's Claflin located? We're located right here in Orangeburg, South Carolina. So that's 2 hours away from Charlotte, 3.5 from Atlanta, and like an hour from Charleston, South Carolina. And as you guys can see, we have no out-of-state fees. Yes, you guys heard me right, no out-of-state fees. So it doesn't matter where you're coming from across the US or international, we do not have any out-of-state fees. So we're starting the requirements. I know you guys are probably wondering, well, how can I get accepted? Well, here at Claflin, we're looking for students with a 2.8 GPA or higher. We are looking at your weighted GPA for this one. We, of course, need a copy of your high school transcript. We will take the unofficial until we get the official ones. And although we are test optional this year due to COVID, for some of you, you may have already taken the SAT and or ACT. So the scores that we're requiring are 17 for the SAT or 880. I'm sorry, 17 for the ACT or 880 for the SAT. And our application is completely free. So if you go directly to our website, www.claflin.edu, you can apply that way. But we have also partnered with the Common Black College application, meaning if you go through their application hub and you're interested and have already filled out the application, just send us an email and we'll go ahead and pull all your information. So as you guys can see, these are all the majors that we offer, as well as we do also have dual degree programs. By dual degree, I mean students can go ahead and get either a master's or doctoral degree, depending on what major they're interested in. And this is highlighted in the next slide. As you can see, for students engineering and interested in engineering, we do partner with Clemson University. That is a 3+2 program, meaning by the time you graduate, you'll have earned a master's in engineering. Now, if you look at the bottom, we also do offer the doctorate of pharmacy. It is a 3+4 program where we're partnered with Presbyterian College, the South Carolina College of Pharmacy, and the Medical University of South Carolina as well. So, just something to think about. So when it comes to tuition fees and scholarships, guys, we also do offer ROTC as well. And as you guys can see, for the boarding, meaning staying on campus, that does include meals. It is for fall and the spring semester around $28,000, 27 to 28, depending on where you stay. And yes, we currently do have students staying on campus. And before they moved in, they did have to get tested for COVID. And they also had to make sure that they get tested every 2 weeks as well. So that's something that, to keep in mind. And we also do offer in-person classes right now for our students as well. But jumping straight over to scholarships, those are the three I wanted to highlight, guys. Those are not the only 3 scholarships that we offer. We also do have an honors college, and although for admissions, we were test optional, unfortunately, when it comes to the honors college, you did have to take the SAT and or ACT. They're looking for students with an 1100 SAT, 24 ACT, and a 3.5 unweighted GPA. And for our academic incentive award, we're looking for students with a starting GPA of a 3.0 unweighted. And we don't require test scores for that one as well. And we also have sports, guys. Claflin isn't all about academics. As you guys can see, we are Division II sports, which means we do offer scholarships, but you do have to reach out to the coaches for that. So as you can see, we have for men's sports and women's sports as well. Like I said, I can't give you the scholarships, but if you reach out to the coaches, they'll tell you how to submit your film and information. So that's the end of my presentation, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for coming to Claflin. I will post my information in the chat. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for Claflin University, please put it down in the Q&A at the bottom. Remember, if you are asking questions, please put the institution's name in the question so we all know who the question goes to. Next up, we have Benedict College.
Great day, everyone. Great day, everyone. My name is Devontae Pondexter. I am the Benedict College Office of Admissions Recruiter, and I'm also Benedict alum of class of 2014. It is an honor to be here on this platform to give you a great background on what we have to offer on Benedict's behalf. Give me 1 second as I share my screen, and we can get started. Working off 2 screens right now. Sorry. So Benedict is located in Columbia, South Carolina. We are a 4-year private co-educational liberal arts institution. We have about 33 undergraduate degree programs. We're right here in the heart of Columbia, South Carolina. We were founded 150 years ago by a wonderful woman, Miss Bathsheba Benedict. She is an abolitionist from Pawtucket, Rhode Island. And being that it is Women's History Month, we want to share some information on her, as well as our wonderful alumni, wonderful alumni, Miss Clark. Dr. Clark is the mother of the civil rights activist movement. So she is a great highlight right now for Women's History Month. Just want to give her recognition because she has a coin that is a collectible coin that is out with her stuff on it too as well. And how ironic, we have a female president, Dr. Rosalind Clark Artis. She is our first female president, 14th president of Benedict College. She has done a wonderful job. She's been with us since 2017, doing a phenomenal job with lowering the tuition rate 26%, and also eliminating that out-of-state tuition fee. So if any students are at the borders of North Carolina or Georgia on here, we definitely say you still have an open opportunity to be on the same tuition as Benedict College students will be. Like I said, we're located in the heart of Columbia, South Carolina. Due to the proper protocols of the pandemic, we have dropped on our on-campus students. We are fully open right now, but if some of our on-campus students who want the college experience, we do have the campus open. We have about 1,700 students on campus now. We can house up to 2,200 students. We have students that are doing virtual. This is our first year doing virtual. Big ups to Benedict College. That is a big move for us because we are excelling with more student enrollment due to the online services. Our student-teacher ratio has dropped because of the proper protocols of the pandemic. It dropped down to, instead of 19-1, it dropped down to 7-1. That way you can have a more intimate session with your faculty and staff and your professors anyway. At our school, we cater and foster to our students. Like I said, I'm an alum, so all of my professors were able to stay on top of me when it comes to work. They didn't hold my hand. They made sure they guided me in the right direction to show me exactly what I needed. So coming to the school, it was a great opportunity. As I said, Ms. Bathsheba Benedict founded the school on opportunity to give free slaves an education. And we have our civil rights activists, mother of the civil rights active movement that gave students another opportunity. And now Dr. Rosalind Clark Artis is giving students another amazing opportunity. These are some of the highlights of our campus. We have our administration building going clockwise. We have our library, which is 3 floors, bottom floor, study hall, middle floor, resource center, top floor, African-American history and Benedict College history. We are a smoke-free campus too as well. So any students that have that unhealthy habit, we ask that you take it on the outside of our schools because we do not tolerate smoking on campus. Right behind it, you see Mather Dorm, which is an all-females dorm. It's about 12 floors. The top floor is a lounge. It's also can see the beautiful view of Columbia, South Carolina too as well, and a beautiful view of the campus. We are a Baptist-based school, but we do have students from different denominations such as Methodist, Muslim, Catholic, so on and so on. So we do not discriminate any race, sex, or religion. We do accept all students from all walks of life. Being that said, we do have a lot of students that are international too as well. Our international population went up from 72 students to 162. We have students from all walks of life around the world at our institution too as well. So we are very multicultural. Some of our admission requirements are a 2.0 GPA, being that you completed a free application. QR code right here at the bottom for you to complete a free application. And then we also will be waiving the SAT and the ACT scores. Not only that, I know a lot of students, you're looking at money. Money in school is going to be cost affordable. Yes, it is. 2.0 can get you a $5,000 scholarship starting off. We're helping to alleviate that pandemic hurting the deficit of some of the students, maybe some of their financial needs. We're trying to offer that too as well to help out. And then we are looking for that official transcript upon graduation. Now, the unofficial transcript can get you that scholarship as well. No need for any resume writing or any essays. We just ask that you simply apply to Benedict College. Don't waste that time. Don't waste that opportunity. Now, as you see right below, you see some of our GPA information. To get a tuition scholarship, you need a 3.2 or better. That can get you a tuition scholarship. A 3.5 or better can get you a tuition room and board, and 3.7 can get you a full ride at Benedict College. We do offer some South Carolina sponsored scholarships too as well. Palmetto Fellow, South Carolina Life, and South Carolina Hope. Those, even though we are waiving those SAT and ACT scores, we do need those to get those additional scholarships too as well. And like I once told you, we have a 33 undergraduate degree programs that's including the concentration, the minor, and also others too as well. So students, if you want to apply, we definitely have that QR code for you right here. Thank you for your time and allowing us to speak on behalf of Benedict.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for Benedict College, please put it in the Q&A at the bottom. Next up, we have Clemson University.
If I learn how to mute myself. Good evening, everyone. My name is Norma DeLuna, and I am an admissions counselor here at Clemson University. Thank you for attending this evening. So to go ahead and get started, Clemson is a mid-sized university located in the upstate of South Carolina. We have 25,000 students total, but 20,000 of those students are going to be at the undergraduate level. So when we're looking at you as an applicant, we like to really advertise a holistic review when looking at you. So we're going to look at your GPA, class rank, rigor of your courses, choice of major, and your test scores. So as you see there, those are just top 10 of the most popular majors that we commonly see in our applicants, but we do have 7 academic colleges that has over 80 plus majors and 120 minors to accompany them. Looking at your GPA, class rank, and the rigor of your courses, we want to see that not only are you challenging yourself in the classroom in terms of AP, IB, dual enrollment, honors courses, we want to see that you are successful in those courses that you're challenging yourself in. Now, going into those test scores, as you see, we take the middle 50% of both the SAT and the ACT, and we super score both of them. But one thing that I really want to make note of, especially in terms of your test scores, is that these are just giving you an idea of how competitive we've been in the past. Similar to our GPA, we don't have set minimums, so we never want you to feel discouraged from applying just because of your test scores, because again, there are so many factors that we're going to look at in that holistic review when looking at your application. Now, going into more detail on how to apply, we are on 3 different application platforms. We have a Clemson specific app, we are on the Common App and the Coalition app. Does not matter which application you use to apply to Clemson, so please use whichever application you see fit or is easiest for you to use to apply to Clemson. Is not going to take a role in your admissions decision anyways. Now, some important things that you need to keep note of are dates and deadlines, especially in terms of Clemson. You apply by December 1st. You can apply as early as August 1st, and that'll make you a priority notification deadline. You'll meet that deadline for us. We don't do any kind of early action, early decision. So in applying by December 1st, you will then have additional time of December 31st to submit any additional material. You'll be guaranteed an admissions decision by mid-February, and the earlier you apply, the better housing priority you'll have, and who doesn't like good housing. Now, going into more things about academics, we are a big research school, whether that is through creative inquiries that can be within or outside of your major. We are an R1 institution as well, and you can start research as soon as your freshman year. So if that is something that you're interested in, most definitely hit it up. Now at Clemson, we do have a 16:1 student to teacher ratio, and classes, that median class size is going to be 19, but you're always going to have that one-on-one interaction with your professors through their office hours. So most definitely take advantage of that. Now, outside of academics, your student life is also going to play a huge role in your college experience. As you see, we are highly ranked among students who play intramural sports, students who pack the stadiums, love the colleges, you name it. And I really think that our over 500 clubs and organizations has a huge contributing factor to those rankings. And if there's a club on Clemson that you see that's not there and you feel like there needs to be a presence on Clemson's campus, you can go ahead and make that. They range from Greek life, multicultural, service clubs, you name it, it is there, and it is free for you to join at any time of the year. Now, with that being said, we also have career services that is consistently highly ranked as well. Through our career services, we have found that 96% of our graduates will already have a job, will find a job, or already has grad school lined up within 6 months of graduating Clemson. And that's extremely important factor, especially in terms of going to college and worrying about what your next pathway is going to be after you graduate college. But that is going to be it for me and my information in terms of Clemson. One more thing I wanted to add is just different ways for you to contact us, especially in this new virtual world that we're living in. If it's not through that admissions email that you see, please give us a call if you have any questions. But I really want to highlight 2 virtual resources that we have on our website to get more information about Clemson. We offer virtual tours, so please sign up for one. There you'll get more detailed admissions information, more information about housing and dining, and you even get it from the perspective of a Clemson student. So you're going to be able to see what, through their eyes, what their Clemson experience was like and what other information or questions that you have about being a Clemson student in general. We also offer virtual office hours, and I will link this in the chat as well, where you can hop in at any time from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and you can meet with an admissions counselor or a Clemson student with any questions that you have, whether it's about the application process or you just want to know, hey, I'm from out of state, what's the weather like today? Definitely hop on, ask those questions. With that being said, thank you guys for having me here tonight. And that is all the information I have for you guys. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for Clemson University, please put it down in the Q&A at the bottom. Next up, we have TriCounty Technical College.
Hey everybody, I hope you are doing well tonight. I'm so glad that you're able to hop on with us, and I'm excited to tell you a little bit about TriCounty. All right, so who are we? We have 4 convenient campuses in South Carolina to make sure that we're accessible for all of our students. We have one in Pendleton, which is only 5 minutes from Clemson. So if you're a huge Clemson Tiger fan, just know that you can be at TriCounty and also be super close to Clemson, which is exciting. We also have an Easley campus. So if you live a little bit closer to the Greenville area, this is maybe where you would end up. We also have an Oconee one off of Scenic Highway 11 and an Anderson campus. Also, just like my peers have been stating, we really want to emphasize small class sizes. I know that we've all experienced it in one way, shape, or form where we kind of felt like we were a number instead of a person. And at TriCounty, we really want to make sure that you're known and that you feel like you can get a quality education and be successful. So we have about 25 students to every 1 instructor. And also we have 4 academic divisions and over 70 majors so that you can find your place at TriCounty. All right, so our 4 divisions are Arts and Sciences, Business and Public Services, Engineering and Industrial Technology, and Health Education. So our Arts and Science division is really emphasizing for those students who want to transfer. So we don't call this a terminal degree. And what that means is this is a degree that is created with the intention of you transferring to a 4-year school. So it's to prepare you with all of those gen ed classes that you have to take, like your Englishes, your maths, your basic sciences. So that way you can transfer into that 4-year institution as a first semester junior ready to go. Business and Public Services covers a lot of different things. So we have early childhood, we have criminal justice, we have computer information technology if you're interested in cybersecurity, or just like it says, business. So there's a lot of business administration like entrepreneur management. So we have a lot of versatility under that, what I call the Business and Public Services umbrella. We also have engineering and industrial technology. So if you love hands-on experience, this is the place for you. We have auto tech, we have CNC programming, mechatronics, welding. If you are a hands-on person and you love to be in the industry, TriCounty really emphasizes that hands-on approach. So you're not just like sitting in a lecture all day, having information fed to you, you're actually having the opportunity to engage in your learning. We also have health education. So we have vet tech programs. We have, an RN program, LPN. So anything that you're interested in health education, we get you set up to be successful in that area. We also have a lot of different resources available for our students because we want you to be successful inside the classroom, but also outside of the classroom because, life isn't just school, we're a whole human being. So we have an accessibility resource center where if you had accessibility resources or accommodations in high school or outside of high school that you would like us to know about so that we can help you succeed, that is available to you. We also have career and employability resources where they will look over your resumes. They'll do mock interviews with you and really help you prepare to be successful once you leave TriCounty. We also have financial aid, various scholarship opportunities so that you can attend with us and you may not even have to pay anything out of pocket, which we all like to hear. We also have a learning commons where we have a tutoring center completely free, and it is actually it's set up in such a way that students actually feel comfortable going to the library and being engaged in that building. So there's a lot of good resources available there. And we also have IT services. So we know as COVID has forced us into technology even more, we all need that IT service to make sure that we have access to what we need to have access to. So if you are interested in TriCounty, you probably want to know the steps. The first thing is you'll fill out an application, and I'll put the link in the chat if you wanted to go over and look at that later. You will pay a $30 application fee. Send in your final high school transcripts. If you're still a high school senior, that's perfectly fine. We can take the in progress until you graduate. Then we also have something called an AccuPlacer placement test, and there are 3 components of that. We have reading, writing, and math. And unfortunately, we don't take SAT or ACT scores, so that may be fortunate if you don't want to take those tests at all, but the AccuPlacer is just to gauge where you're going to be successful. Then you'll have an orientation. Right now, they're being conducted online, but I'd love to see students again, so hopefully we'll bring them back in person. And then lastly, you'll enroll in those classes. All right, so if you have any questions, please feel free to contact Emily Ann Gambrill or Ashley Sylvie, which is me, and I would be more than happy to help you. I love working with students, and I know Emily Ann does too. So thank you for your time and your attention, and I look forward to chatting with y'all.
Awesome, thank you so much. If you have any questions for TriCounty Technical College, please put it in the Q&A at the bottom. Next up, we have Lynn University.
Good evening. My name is Annie Shea. I am the Senior Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admission at Lynn University. I have been with Lynn for several years. I've been in college admissions for several years. And there are several things that Lynn University can provide that a lot of small universities provide. But what I want to talk about tonight really is what makes Lynn University stand out, what makes us unique. We are a university in Boca Raton, Florida, a gorgeous spot to study, learn, and live, about 5 miles from the beach. Boca Raton, for those of you who are not familiar, is about 20 minutes south of West Palm Beach, Florida, about 30 minutes north of Fort Lauderdale, and given the traffic situation, could be anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half from Miami, Florida. So of course, a very, very sunny area to live in. Now, Lynn University, about 3,700 students. Our foundation is in the liberal arts, but we do have some uniqueness that you're not going to find at other smaller universities. Of course, our classes are going to be smaller. Generally speaking, the average is going to be about 14 to 15 students. Of course, you're going to get an individualized experience where you're going to learn and know and interact and have relationships with your professors. But one thing that really stands out, if you're looking for an incredibly culturally diverse environment, Lynn University, the 25% of our students are coming from another country. About 97 countries and nations around the world are represented. And even within just our US students, about 70% of our students coming from the United States are coming from outside of the state of Florida. So coming from the Carolinas to Lynn, just know that there's always something going on. Students do not go home on the weekends, and you are going to an experience, for especially such a small university, a very culturally unique and diverse atmosphere. We are an incredibly innovative university. About 10 years ago, our president wanted to meet you students where you are, your Generation Z, and you are living in a digital world. You have been for your entire life. And we have found that our students learn best through visual learning and experiential learning. So back in 2013, our president flew to California, and we became the very first university in the country to be an Apple Distinguished University. And that means that your entire curriculum at Lynn, no matter what your major is going to be used with that Apple iPad Pro, which will be issued on your first day of classes. So you don't have traditional textbooks at Lynn. About 90% of your textbooks are going to be downloaded onto your iPad. Through Apple University, you're also going to have about 20 plus apps to help you with time management skills, tutoring. It's going to help you with writing skills, brainstorming, research papers, and things like that. So it's an incredibly engaging and an incredibly innovative way of learning at Lynn, or at the university level for that matter. Also at Lynn, we want to make sure whether you're going into being a professional pilot, or you're going into education or entrepreneurship or psychology, whatever your degree, we have 47 of them. You're going to know how to write well. You're going to know how to think critically, problem solve. You're going to be able to work in groups. But most importantly, we also want you to be able to give back to the community and make social change. And that's why our core curriculum at Lynn, while you're taking the regular college algebras and the English Comp 1s and Comp 2s, we're also making sure that you're having those liberal arts concepts that you're able to go out into the real world and apply exactly what you're learning. Another thing about Lynn University, we really care about who our professors are, and it's important that our faculty have some kind of work experience in the field that they're teaching. So they're not just getting their PhDs and going directly into teaching. They've been there and they've done that. We joke that they're storytellers. They're really able to relay their stories in their work experiences to our students, which provides incredibly invaluable information. Our president is a rock star, as a matter of fact. He actually has his own band and plays the electric guitar. We have a former FBI agent who teaches in our forensic investigation program. He was with the FBI for 22 years. He worked in counterterrorism and in hostage negotiation, and also headed up several crime labs around the United States. We have a former attorney who sat on the O.J. Simpson trial for the prosecution team within our criminal justice, pre-law, and political science program. If you're interested in communications and design, like computer animation, visual arts, video game design at Lynn, we have a Marvel Studios and DC Comics artist who's our artist in residence, former executive producer of CBS 60 Minutes, that teaches at Lynn in our communications program, as well as a former creative director for NBC Universal, who's now our new dean of the College of Communication of Design, as well as, for instance, our former vice president of Hasbro toy company within our entrepreneurship and business program, just to name a few of our professors. And I mentioned again, our students give a darn and they want to make social change. That's why at Lynn, if you want to change the world, we're the place to be. We have the largest social impact lab in the entire United States of any college or university. We have anything from 12-week ambassadorship programs in third world countries to doing something right here in the Boca Raton community. If you have any questions about Lynn, how warm and amazing Boca Raton is right now, or how you can make the change with the degree at Lynn, I'll put my information in the chat feature. Thank you so much for having me tonight.
Awesome, thank you so much. If you have any questions for Lynn University, please put it in the Q&A. Last but not least, we have Trinity Washington University.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Jessica Izara, and I am the recruiter for Trinity Washington University. I am also an alumni. I graduated back in spring 2019, the gold class of 2019. So let me get into it. So here at Trinity, we are very dedicated into the commitment of the education of women. We are in a liberal arts institution for women here. We are founded in the Foundation for Learning in the Liberal Arts, as well as with professional preparation, and have a grounding in the mission of the Sisters of Notre Dame. And oops, hold on one second. With the Sisters of Notre Dame, because we were founded over Trinity over 100 years, it was made possible for us to be able to contribute to the DC area. And again, because we are here located in the DC area, it makes it possible for all of our students to be able to do different types of field works, as well as their internships around DC, regardless of the major that they are interested in. And because we are a smaller liberal arts college, it makes it possible for our students to have that one-on-one, sessions with their professors, because we do have a 15-to-1 student to professor ratio. We do have over 22 programs here at Trinity. Our most popular ones tend to be business administration, our nursing program, occupational therapy, as well as health services. Regardless of what you are interested into, you do not have to declare your program until the end of your sophomore year, so that we allow you the time to look over the different programs that we have, and you have the time to see which one you are wanting to declare. We offer the major for example, we do allow our students to do double majors as well as major minor. It really does depend on what you want to do. you do have the liberty for that. We offer different academic resources. This includes in tutoring, writing centers, study abroad options, career services. For our career services, this includes internship and career workshops, career advising, employer engagement. Even if you are a current student or you become an alumni like me, you will still be able to make use of these resources, since we want to make sure that you still are succeeding after you have graduated from Trinity. For our residence halls, it is not a requirement for all of our students to live on campus on their first year, only if in the situation they do come out of state. For all of our students here, we do make a very great exception in making sure that they are treated fairly here. They have an easier access to their classes and are able to build their strong sisterhood with their Trinity sisters. For COVID, for this whole past year, the way that not only the residence hall has been, most of our students have mostly lived in their dorms by themselves. But had this been a different year, they would have have a roommate. Right now, we are still going to continue with that process for fall 2021. And for 2021, we are planning to reopen. Right now, we are doing that transition to reopen slowly. So that way we are able to have it as an option for all of our students for fall 2021. We are a Division III for athletics, meaning that while we may not offer a specific scholarship for athletics, you are more than welcome to have an excluded scholarship outside the area. You are able to apply it here at Trinity. We also do offer our Trinity Center for Women and Girls in Sports, which is the nation's largest facility dedicated to women and girls in sports. We offer different clubs and organizations that tend to coordinate with all of the majors that we do have here on campus. And while we do have our Trinity traditions, at the moment we are doing it virtually. Right now, again, we are transitioning to doing it in person. However, that is slowly, again, transitioning following DC guidelines. Now, if you are interested in applying to Trinity, that application is free, regardless if you are doing it through Naviance or through our Trinity application. We only need your official high school transcript, a personal statement, one letter of recommendation, which can either be from a teacher, a counselor, or even a coach if you happen to be in any sports. We are SAT and ACT scores. They're optional. They are not a requirement. And again, there really is no application fee. When we are looking at your application, we are looking at it in a holistic approach, meaning that we're not just looking at your GPA, we're taking into consideration other factors that could have affected your high school years, whether it could have been COVID, it could have been you participated in different activities outside school that could have affected your grades. For our scholarships, we do offer the leadership scholarship for up to $15,000. Just take into consideration that this amount does go down as we get closer to the incoming fall 2021 semester. So if you are interested, make sure to apply. We also do work with our Dreamer students in providing either the National Scholarship or the Opportunity Scholarship. For our Conway, for our nursing students, this is specifically for students that are in the DC area. So this would not be applicable for outside students. Again, my name is Jessica Izara. I will be adding my contact information. We are also having an incoming shadow week next week. If you are interested, I will include that link as well as our link for our virtual tours and our application. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for Trinity Washington University, please put it in the Q&A at the bottom. It looks like we have a few minutes. So if my presenters can actually go ahead and turn their videos on, that would be fantastic. With that said, I do have a question for you all. So we're going to try and see if we can get through everybody. If everyone can keep it brief, that would be super appreciated. But my question to you is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So Claflin University, you're first. It looks like Claflin University is no longer with us. Benedict College, do you have any advice to give to our students? All right, I'll skip Benedict College for now. Clemson University, any advice?
Absolutely. So the biggest piece of advice that I could give you guys is just to ask questions. One thing I want to make clear is there's no such thing as a dumb question when it comes to the college admissions process. Make sure you check on dates, deadlines, because every school does things differently. And a huge part of, the college application, the stress that comes with that is just not understanding that. So just asking questions. We're here to help, so let us help you.
Awesome, thank you. TriCounty Technical College?
Yeah, so what I always tell my students is to be your own biggest advocate. So some students feel like, oh my goodness, I have to wait until TriCounty reaches out to me to ask a question or to, get some clarification on an issue. No, please know that as an admissions recruiter, that's literally my job to help you. So always come forward, like Clemson said, with your questions and advocate for yourself. If you have a concern, if you are confused, please always feel free to reach out. We want to help you.
Awesome, thank you. Lynn University?
Yeah, it's going to sound a little cliche, but it's incredibly important to understand students. I think there's like 4,000 plus colleges and universities just in the United States. And that in and of itself is incredibly overwhelming, especially during this time when some schools you're not yet able to visit. It might be harder to reach out or get a hold of your counselors, things like that. Really just know that there's a lot of good fits out there for you. And to do your research, start early, especially right now if you're sophomores, juniors in high school. Start your research and reach out to your admissions counselors. Those of us that are here today at this college fair, we're here because we represent our university and we're here to be your advocate for the university and information. So reach out to us, know if you're the right fit, if you're able to do virtual visits, and of course, in-person visits, hopefully will resume for many colleges moving forward. Don't stress out too much, because just remember that there are a lot of really great universities out there for you.
Awesome. We'll go to Trinity Washington University next, and then Benedict College.
I would say my advice is to just participate as many events as you can. I know, virtually right now we can only do that, but you may never know. You may end up meeting people, even through these virtual tours. You might end up meeting current students that would answer all of your questions in regards to the college that you're interested. Just participate in all of those events, because eventually you will find your fit college.
Awesome, thank you. Benedict College?
Yes, I would like to say be consistent. When it comes to searching for these schools, you have to be consistent with applying, and then also staying on top of that, the recruiters that accept you. During your process, you definitely want to do your research on schools, making sure they're fully accredited, making sure they have exactly what you need. Don't settle for less. And then also don't leave any money on the table. So if there is an extra additional scholarship, go for it. If there is something that you can really do, or really something that you can really apply for that can really help you, do it. Do not wait to the last minute, because guess what? Millions and millions of students all around the world are doing the same thing. So don't get left behind. So stay consistent, just stay consistent and stay determined. Because that one school is looking for you and you're looking for it. So
Awesome advice, everybody. Thank you so much. I know I learned a thing or two, so I hope our attendees did as well. Thank you, panelists and presenters, for being here, taking the time to tell us a little bit about your institutions. And thank you, attendees, for being with us, participating, and learning about these amazing institutions. Really quickly, before you all leave, my attendees, quick survey. After you close this window, 4-question survey. Give us some feedback. We really appreciate it. Also sign up for more sessions. No longer any more sessions for this evening, but later on in the spring, you can go ahead and sign up for those. And last but not least, if you would like to relive the fun that we just had in these 45 minutes, please do. Recording will be available at strivescan.com/Carolinas. With that said, you all, thank you again so much for joining. Stay safe and see y'all later. Have a great night. Bye, everybody.